been here for a few months, right? What brought you to Sierra Vista? All right, on the road with CoolFMOnline.com with Jochen Wortman.
Perfect.
I did pronounce that correct, right?
You did pronounce it correctly.
All right.
Took a few tries.
But your friends call you Jay, right?
That is the exact reason why my friends call me Jay, because nobody can really say my real name, which is actually Jochen, and it's pronounced with it's spelled with a J. So people look at me and they're like, "Wait, Jochen, Jochen?" I've heard every pronunciation in the book. So yeah, we're just gonna go with Jay from the JoSiShow.
And you do the JoSiShow on YouTube.
Correct.
Why don't you let our viewers know what exactly is the JoSiShow? How do you define it?
It used to be just strictly about breaking the stereotype of Amsterdam. And well, since now I've been traveling,
Because you lived there.
I lived there, exactly. I lived there, and I noticed that people started thinking, like, you live in Amsterdam, you must be a pothead. You live in Amsterdam, you're going to the red light district. And there's so much more. There's art, there's Flower Bike Man. I mean, there's a list of things. Just sort my videos from oldest to newest, and you'll see that there's so much more. And like I said, after traveling to the U.S. and only staying here for a month, but then staying here for almost a year, you know, I decided, why not document this entire experience and journey onto my channel, because everything else is on my channel. My entire accident story is on my channel, my brain scan is on my channel, my depression story is on my, like, everything is on my channel. So I share it with my community, and that's what makes my community, in my opinion, probably one of the best out there. So if you guys aren't part of the community, be sure to just head on over to the channel and then do the usual YouTube talk. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and leave a comment on the newest video and let me know what you think. And maybe I'll see you guys in Sierra Vista.
You've been here for a few months, right? What brought you to Sierra Vista?
Well, after I came back on my journey, so to say, I'll get into my journey story in a little bit, but after I got back from, let's say, Jamaica, which was exactly, let me rewind that. When I got back from Jamaica, I ended up back in Jacksonville, and I was thinking, what else could I see in the United States while I'm still here? Well, I really didn't have much money left, to be honest, and one of my friends was like, why don't you just take $200 and buy yourself a ticket? And I was like, all right, let me do that. And I looked up what I can buy with $200, and I was like, I can buy a ticket to Sierra Vista, Arizona, where a good friend of mine, me and him served in the Army together in Fort Eustis, Virginia. So I haven't seen him in 9 years. So I thought to myself, why not take a bus, go see him, have a good time, and see how he's doing. So we took this 50-hour bus ride from Jacksonville all the way up here to Sierra Vista. And it definitely was a journey and an adventure, but I met some cool people, I met some interesting people. But would I do it again? More than likely. Now that I'm stuck here, I'm kind of limited to what I can do and what I can experience. I know there's a lot of stuff out there. Well, I actually went to these mountains over here in one of my videos and stuff. So, you know, I've been around, but I'm still trying to, like, explore more. But then again, due to COVID and all these other things, you know, we're kind of limited to what we can do.
Because of COVID, you're kind of, like I say, stuck here, in a sense.
Yes, that is correct. Well, that actually goes back to, let me just rewind the tape a little bit more. As I said, I was in the Army for 6 years. After I got out the Army, I went back to Europe, and then I got a job offer for Amsterdam, which is, you know, everyone's dream location to visit. So I was working for Booking.com in Amsterdam. Very nice job. You know, it was kind of stressful at moments, not as relaxing as what I'm doing now. But, well, one day I was cycling home, because if you don't know, Amsterdam is the bike capital of the world, and everyone rides on a bike. No one really drives with cars. So I was just coming home one day. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't under any influences of anything. And I was just cycling home one day, and then my front tire gets stuck in some tram tracks. I fly forward, land right here on my head. Don't remember a few seconds, and my life, like, played in fast forward. It was insane. Like, it was like in the movies, like, you see everything. And I remember I thought I was fine. Started walking back, wanted to push my bike back, which I did. And well, there's a bad injury. Went to the hospital and found out I had 6 brain hemorrhages. And I'm still here to this day, which tells me that the universe kept me alive for a purpose. And I'm really starting to see what my purpose is now. I was sitting at home depressed, and I didn't really have much to do. I couldn't go outside. Like, about 2 years ago, I wouldn't be able to be outside here because of the sun. I would have a headache, or I would feel miserable. So I'd be like, I called myself a vampire. I would just stick at home and do nothing. But I always had this inner drive when I was a child. I used to make stop motion Lego movies, and as you guys know, you have to take a picture with each movement with that. So I was doing that when I was like 9, 10, and then eventually I made a Jackass movie. Yes, the movie Jackass, where they do all this crazy stuff. I did that when I was a teenager. But I never really had that mindset and that focus, just to entirely focus only on that. And that's what started after the accident. So I go back to my life quote, which is going to be on my arm here soon. Everything happens for a reason. Once I hit 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to get my first tattoo, and it's going to be everything happens for a reason, because this story is literally exactly that. While I was sitting at home, I decided to learn the entire YouTube system. I'm talking everything to do with YouTube. Search, ranks, tags, all of that stuff. And eventually I started growing my own community and started getting known in Amsterdam. People were like, hey, that's Jay from the JoSiShow, and I'd have a special bike with green lights. So people would be like, hey, that's Franken bike. And you know, I was actually like getting known in Amsterdam. It was crazy. So, well, if that happens, other people start recognizing you. And then I was offered to make a video for a rosin press demonstration, which, if you guys don't know, they squish cannabis and they make it into rosin for medicinal purposes. Well, that person flew me to the States, and I was only supposed to stay in the States for 1 month. And, well, it turned out to be, well, almost a year now, because after that 1 month in Buffalo, New York, for this Harvest Hemp Festival, I was invited to go to a hemp farm, which was run by Sarah Stenoff, who's also a veteran. And, well, she taught me everything there is to know about the endocannabinoid system and how it can actually help you. And through her help, I actually got off my antidepressants, because one day she told me, hey, just cut that pill in half and see how you feel. Kind of felt kind of miserable, kind of slow. And I'm not going to lie, I smoked a little bit, and boom, started editing, started trimming hemp, started listening to music. I was like, there's some truth behind this. So that continued and continued. And then my brother, actually, he was living in Jacksonville, he still is, he came up to New York to pick me up. And, well, we hung out in Jacksonville, spent Thanksgiving together, and he wanted me to go back to Germany with him for Christmas, which I wanted to do because my family's in Germany. I'm originally born in Frankfurt, grown up in Wiesbaden, so Germany is my home country. Ich kann auf Deutsch reden. But the thing is, during that time when I was supposed to fly back, I also had an offer from this guy named Uncle Stoner. If you guys don't know who Uncle Stoner is, he's a huge cannabis advocate, and he does rosin press demonstration. And he offered to fly me to Jamaica. And that's when I knew that what I'm doing inside here and what I'm doing, what I've learned is actually what I need to be doing. So, I mean, who gets offered to have a free ticket to the Caribbean islands and just to do video work? It's a dream come true. So that's exactly how I ended up in Jamaica. And then, like I said, I came back from Jamaica and took that bus all the way up to here, Sierra Vista, Arizona. And actually the second or third month I was here, I actually went to Vegas. A friend of mine actually got me a ticket for the 10X Growth Con because he believed in me. So I went to Vegas. In the last 7 months, I've been to Vegas, Jamaica, Florida, New York. It's insane. So all what I want to say with that is, guys, if you have a dream, if you have an inner tuition and it feels right, go with it. If I can do this with 6 brain hemorrhages and still be talking to you guys right now, then anybody can do it.
All right, we look forward to you showcasing Southern Arizona, and in some cases beyond, with CoolFMOnline.com, as we're looking forward to having you do a feature. The plan is you're going to try to do a feature at least once a week.
Correct.
On a variety of things.
Correct, yeah. I still have to, because of my accident, I still have some limitations of how much I can actually do, because my brain is still kind of in that recovery state. So sometimes I have these like down periods. So, but I don't let that get to me. I always, when I work on a video, I always put major love into it. My most recent video, I shared it on the CoolFM site, is the Ride for Justice with the Buffalo Soldiers. I put a lot of love and dedication into that, and that's how I always do it, because I believe in putting positive energy and positive vibes out to change people's lives.
So we look forward to seeing your stuff down the road as we continue to follow what you do, and we're fortunate to have you, Jay, with the JoSiShow right here with your friends at CoolFMOnline.com.